Buying a home is a lot of things. It's fun and exciting. It's complicated and sometimes overwhelming. It's an important personal and financial decision. It's all those things and more. Long story short, buying a home is more than what you see on TV. There can be a lot of twists and turns between starting your search and moving in. So let's talk about the long and winding road of buying your first home. Before we get into it, don't forget to like this video and hit the subscribe button. If you're buying your first home, you might also want to check my recent videos about home upkeep chores you need to get done before winter, or my video on renovations that help you love your home today and build value for the resale. If you have a question or an opinion, let me know in the comments below. If you're currently looking to buy your first home, congratulations. You're probably excited but a bit overwhelmed. Let's look at what is ahead of you on the road to home ownership. It all starts with an initial appointment with me where we talk about your wants and your needs for that first home. This is a very important meeting. This is where we talk about the process ahead of us. Are you looking to buy an investment property or you want to live there? Are you downsizing or are you upgrading? Next, we talk about purchasing parameters. Where do you want to live? What kind of home do you want? What is your budget? How many bedrooms? What kind of features are important to you? Are you looking for a great view, a backyard, a finished basement, maybe a pool? This is how we shrink the long list of available properties into a manageable list of options that are tailored to you. Then we get into the finances with a reputable lender like a bank or a mortgage broker. Let's be honest, most home searches are heavily impacted by the mortgage, especially today. You can be approved for that and what you can afford. Looking at homes without pre-approval can often lead to disappointment. It is the worst feeling to fall in love with a house that you cannot afford. Whether we are in a seller's market or a buyer's market, it's always great to get approved, and I can connect you with reputable mortgage brokers or lenders. That brings us to one of the most fun parts, which is viewing homes. Each new home is a chance to imagine your future. If you can't see your future in a property, that's okay, and that's good too. Finding that right place for you is a process of elimination, not selection. Once you know what you don't want, it makes it much easier to recognize what you do want. Once your research starts to see the results, it's time to write a contract. It's always a good idea to prepare for this stage of the process early by reading a blank contract first, so you understand what is involved in the transaction. That way, when the time comes to make an offer, you will feel much more comfortable during the negotiation. Things you can expect to see in the contract are the purchase price, the deposit, irrevocable date and time of the offer, closing date, conditions like financing or inspection, or both. I always include built-in clauses to protect my clients, which you can learn more about in my video about 3 things to look for when buying a house. Next up, the deposit. This is usually amounts to 5% of the purchase price, but there isn't really a set number. Nothing shows a seller that you are serious like putting more money in the trust account. Then when you have a deal, that money goes towards the purchase. At this point in negotiation, we come to another very important piece of business, the home inspection. If it is included in the terms of your contract, the inspection will allow you and the inspector you hire to take a more detailed look at the property. This inspection will give you a far greater understanding of the property you are about to purchase. You should also use this time to get your mortgage approved if you included that finance condition in the offer. Once the inspection is done and the final mortgage is approved, it's time for one final walkthrough. Here's your last chance to take a close look at the property you are trying to make your new home. Make sure that all appliances are in good working order. Check for any issues in the house before possession. This is an important issue and I always do this with my clients prior to closing. Then it is paperwork time. time to execute the closing documents. Either a closing attorney or an escrow officer will close the transaction. Be ready for the closing costs, which includes lawyer fees, land transfer costs, title insurance, if any. Does this all seem like a lot? I have good news for you. Once that paperwork is over and done, you will receive the keys, the garage door opener, the warranties that go with the house. You did it! You just bought your first home. Pack up, it's time to move in. You've come to the end of the road to home ownership. Navigating this is much easier with my help. If you're looking for an investment property or your first home, get in contact with me and I will make sure to make the journey smooth and stress-free. If you already own a home, are there any other twists and turns you would like me to cover in another video? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Instagram at jayghanem_realtor. Follow me on Facebook at jayghanemrealtor. Visit jayghanem.com and let's connect.